Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're gonna be working on a Kona electric vehicle. For the electric vehicle, we're gonna replace our high voltage battery, and then I'm just gonna show you guys on how we replace it. That's it. So first we're gonna remove our negative cable first. And also, what I usually do, especially if I'm working on high voltage system, if there's another way to shut off the system, I'm gonna do that. So on these models, there's one here, a big connector here. This is for firefighters or first responders. When the car is in an accident, they can just cut it here. But you know, this one you can just remove it, right? And next will be, we're gonna go to our back seat. So this is where our safety plug is located, at the bottom seat of the back, on the rear seat. So I just remove our rear seat. There's two bolts at the back of the seat, which is accessible in there. I remove it through our trunk area. As you can see there's some, I use a 12mm wrench to remove that, and the other side too. So before we remove that, make sure we have a proper gloves in servicing the high voltage battery. So on this one, we got a yellow plug there. We're gonna pull that out, and we're just gonna lift this up. Lift the whole connector, and that's it. So we're just gonna put the connector in the safety area, and then we're just gonna lift up the car, and I'm gonna disconnect the power cable that from our motor going to the battery, and we'll do our measurement before we remove our battery. And usually I wait 10 to 15 minutes, even though they say 10 minutes, but I'll go 15 minutes. I can wait, and we'll see from there. Alright guys, so we're underneath the car right now. I just removed undercover in this area. So this is our power cable from our motor at the top. This is just all the connection. You can just remove this. Just all. So I'm just gonna remove these connectors here. This one has a tab, so you just have to it's out, and we just have to push that. Just have to push this. And next will be our power cable. There at the corner. So this guy is.
Sir, thank you for putting your mask on. Please put it at all
And
times.
this one, I think. So on this power cable, I know it's not ideal, but it's so hard to remove. But we're gonna remove the gray part first at the bottom. That's a tap, and then after that we can push this and pull the whole connector. I don't know if you will see it. There's a black tab there, and then I'm just gonna push that, and then we can unlock this. But this is it's hard because it's all plastic and there's some dirt on the guides on the plastic. Okay, it's coming out. Okay, that's out. So now we're gonna measure this cable if we have less than 30 volts, so that we know that we can safely work on this battery replacement. So now we're gonna measure power cable. So make sure that you have good multimeter that rated Cat 3 or Cat 4. Cat 4 is better because we're dealing at least 350 to 400 volts. So I'm just gonna go in there, probe the front, and as you can see, we got, I don't know if you will see that. Oh my, my hand. No, it's too dark. Okay, let me. Okay, so I'm just gonna probe the front. So there's 0 volts there, right? And now you don't have to, but I'm gonna probe also on our battery side. So next will be is we're gonna measure this battery side, make sure that we don't have nothing there as a precaution. So we have 0 volts, right? So for now we're safe to remove this battery. So the next one is we're gonna remove all these coolant hoses. As you can see there, and there's a ground wire there. We're gonna remove that, and all our mounting bolts. Out. Then I'm just gonna use a zip tie just to hold this down, so that when we're gonna move when we lower down our battery, it's not obstructing the area. So next is we're going to remove the center mounting bolts here, and there's some side mounting bolts there, as you can see there. And that will be it, and then we can lower the whole battery. So as you can see, we lower our battery now, right? It's still on the table, but before we put this in the container for return, we have to drain our coolant. So on this side, this is our outlet, and this side is our inlet. So Hyundai provide a special tool to remove the coolant. But let's say if you don't have the special tool, you can they said that you can use a compressed air on this side, not exceeding, what's the spec for that? Not exceeding 2 bar. So that's around 25 psi. So now this is the setup. As you can see, we got our special tool from there, from Hyundai, and a gauge. So the pressure should not exceed 2 bars. Okay. And then I'm just gonna slowly open our gauge here. So as you can see there, now it's draining coolant. So right now, it's all air coming out. I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes. I think that's it. Just gonna close our gauge. So we're gonna ready to be remove this battery, and then that tester too that's provided by Hyundai that can check also for leaks. If you have a leak from the battery system or the motor, there's a vacuum gauge there to check for any leakage for coolant. So I'm just gonna set this up and then remove this battery on this table and put the new battery on the table. Before you go crazy, let's remove this here. I'm just gonna do. You go small, make coffee.
And the other one.
Oh, you're not gonna go small?
No, go smoke and no. So one now you try and then what? Make coffee and smoke home, no?
You can remove this.
How should I go down?
Pull this. Release. Oh wait, no, hold on.
You should try. What the fuck? If I go down, we're fucked, no?
So I'm just gonna snug all the bolts and then we're gonna retorque it to spec.
Yes. I mean, poke everything and then take it out. To be safe.
Our bolts, as you can see there, we got our sequence on tightening the bolts, and it says here it's on kilogram F.M, so that's more or less the 14 mm. We're gonna torque that to 72 foot-pound, and then for the bigger bolts, the 17 millimeter bolt, we're gonna torque it to. I'm gonna put this 18. Is it 18? So it's 18. Okay. So on the bigger bolt, we're gonna torque it down to 130 foot-pound. Okay. So I'm just gonna put it back in, and we're gonna follow the sequence. And also it says there that we're gonna use brand new bolts when installing the battery pack.
Yeah, what does it mean then? Part only. So just put the part inside?
Huh?
Just put the part inside.
Well, what do you mean?
That cabin filter. What does it mean?
Oh, they're easier. Sometimes they pay for it, sometimes.
But this one, it says start. So I just put the.
No, you know, inspect and replace cabin filter. That's why yesterday, the new guy, there was a cabin filter, I didn't get paid. But it was marked or carry, 0.3.
Yeah, because it things cross, I think.
Here is different word. If you ask about my bait, can you just say, oh, I use Jay's bait? No.
Can you wait a little bit? I'm gonna make coffee and then.
Yeah. And are you also gonna go, or are you gonna bleed and then?
I'm gonna bleed and go. Now. So the new battery comes with a new safety plug. So I'm just gonna put this safety plug in. Okay. Now I'm just gonna put our other connector that we removed earlier. We're gonna put back our negative cable. So here's our scan tool. We're just gonna do coolant filling mode. So we're gonna go here in electric water pump.
Where's our run?
So can you grab me the coolant? Unlock. Idiot. Okay, so now as you can see there, that's our blue coolant, and this is the EV battery system coolant. Alright.
Huh?
We're still waiting for the coffee, and then we're gonna go. So I'm just gonna fill this up, and it says here also that use only 100% concentrated. So I just put it in the max level. So I'm gonna run our water pump now. Oh. So we're just gonna monitor there, and as you can see there, that
You need 3 bottles.
yeah. So as you can see there, it's sucking and it's some bubbles there. So we'll just always check it and see. So we're just gonna wait and let our water pump do its thing, and it says there it will operate until 30 minutes, and then we'll monitor and see if there's still bubbles. No more? I thought you have 6 bottles. I'm gonna cancel it. So that's it, guys. I'm just gonna wait until our filling mode is done and check if there's no leaks, especially for coolant, and test drive the car, make sure that there's no abnormal noise or anything. That's it. That's how you replace the high voltage battery in a Kona electric. I hope you guys like the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.